I've been feeling the need to record this video for a couple of days now. It's been really on my mind that it's something I need to share with the world. And so if this landed on your For You page, I definitely feel like there's a reason for that. I think the synchronicities are undeniable, especially at this point in time. If something falls in your path, it's meant for you and it's something you need to hear. I'm no stranger to creating content and making videos. In fact, when I was going through the hardest time in my life, it was this app and speaking into this camera that really saved me. And it wasn't the clout I got or going viral, although that did help with my confidence, but it was really me finding my voice and me working through a really, really hard period and being able to speak my truth and go back and watch the videos and reflect on my truth, and all of those contributed to my healing. And that's what this video is really about. If you are stuck in your life or you're at a place where you really want to level up and you have goals and you have dreams and you just don't quite know how you're going to get there, maybe you've gone through something really hard. Maybe you've experienced some rejection. I have close friends to me that are going through breakups right now. They've left behind old situationships or patterns that they don't want to see reflected in their life anymore. And they're at a really crucial crossroads because they've never stepped into the unknown before. They've always done what's familiar and they don't quite know what's on the other side. And oftentimes they're doubtful about what the future can hold. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm there. I'm not a fully actualized person. I think this is part of the human experience. Many of us are forging out into the unknown right now. We've had somewhat of an awakening and we don't really know what's next. And so even though it can be exciting and exhilarating, it's at the same time nerve-wracking because we're so used to taking these knowable and common steps that everybody takes. We're in this weird matrix where we've been kind of shown this way, or like this is the way that we should be doing things if we're living a normal, successful life. And a lot of us are stepping into the unknown and we don't really quite know what the next step is going to bring to us. So my point of this video, and I think the reason why it's fallen in your sphere, is because we need to understand, and I want you to understand, that everything you could ever want is on the other side of your comfort level. And it is truly stepping into this unknown that will bring you everything that you could ever want. I can only use my experience as an example. So this time last year or 2 years ago, I was getting out of a really bad relationship with somebody who really mistreated me. He, in fact, used my vulnerability and used my own insecurities against me to try to garner control over me, which I think this is the dark side of life. It's not just this one person that will do this. There are structures and systems in this world that we live in that take advantage of vulnerable people, and especially take advantage of people that just want to be loved. And that's where I was at. He had discarded me for like the 10th time. My self-esteem was at an ultimate low. I didn't feel lovable. I didn't know if I would ever find love again. And I'm going to say right now, the be-all end-all of your life is not to find love and to get a partner, but it is to find love within yourself. And I was at this crossroads where I could either stay with him and deal with the abuse and the disrespect and be chosen, or I could forge out into the unknown, be alone, not know if I would ever be with somebody again, but find the love and good company and growth within myself to be okay with being alone. And I had never done that before. I think so many women can relate with this, that we've been taught that our only worth and value is to be chosen, that we need to play small, that we need to put up with disrespect to be chosen by a man. And I think what is happening right now is women are being called to wake up. Women are being called to step into the value that is inherent within them and forge out into the unknown and be alone and not know if they'll meet somebody that will ever reflect back the love that they have for themselves or the respect that they're garnering for themselves, and to be okay with that. And I'm going to tell you right now, everything you could ever want is on the other side of choosing that second option, of saying, I will no longer deal with disrespect. I will no longer deal with somebody not appreciating me and somebody invalidating me and abusing me, and in many cases tapping into my deepest insecurities to keep me around. I want better for myself. I will be alone until I meet somebody that can meet me at my level. And if they can't, I'll be okay by myself. And when I made that decision, everything changed for me. I've met the love of my life. I met a man who I've never felt safer in my entire life than I do in my mid to late 40s. I'm almost 50 years old, and I finally feel safe. I finally feel cared for. I finally feel like he creates the foundation for me to have the wings to fly and to do the things that I've always been too scared to do. And yes, it is an amazing relationship that can give you those wings, but you can give them to yourself. So I'm not even going to harp on the relationship, because although it's amazing and from another realm and something I never thought would be possible for me, I've also been able to start new businesses and step into my greatest creativity and do the things that I was put on earth to do because I chose myself. And at the end of that bad relationship, I could have groveled and tried to get back with him, as I had done so many times before, to be chosen. And it was with the last and final discard that I said, no, I don't want your disrespect. I don't choose your disrespect. And although I'm scared, and although I have to go out into the unknown with a broken heart, I'm going to choose me, because I love myself enough to be alone for the rest of my life if I have to, before I ever put up with that disrespect again. And making that one decision, even though it was scary and even though I didn't really have the confidence at the time to make it, it was like this domino effect that propelled me forward on another timeline. And that timeline has brought me everything I could ever want: an amazing relationship, good friendships, being able to create businesses that have been successful, wealth, abundance, freedom, being able to do the things I love every day, being able to engage in my passions and my pursuits. And not only that, I've had a physical glow up. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm more connected than I've ever been. And my life looks nothing like it did when I was getting out of that bad relationship. I had completely different friends. I was living in a completely different place. I had a completely different job. So when you make that one decision to choose yourself, and albeit it's scary and you've never done it before, watch the universe bend in your favor, and everything in your life that you could have ever wanted will start to come in. The amazing relationship, all the things I've mentioned now over and over again in this video. But especially for the feminine, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the last thing I want to say. So many feminines walk around this world thinking that their worth and value is in a masculine choosing them. And that is the biggest lie that has ever been told. The feminine is the magic on planet Earth. She is the creator. She is the only one that can create in her womb. You can create everything you could ever want within your own spherical body because you have a womb. And so I would tell you right now, getting in touch with your inner self and the goddess within, your divinity within, by loving yourself, by not accepting disrespect, by not playing small to be chosen, but facing that unknown and walking into the unknown, all in duty, deference, and loyalty to yourself. That's it, baby. When you do that, everything you could ever want is on the other side of that choice. You are the magic. The divine feminine is the power. And if we're going to get into a dating topic, I'm going to say right now, that's why when you walk away from a masculine, they always come back, because they know that you have the power, that your energy is the prize. And it's women that don't know that, it's feminines that don't know that play small to be chosen over and over again and work within the hands of a manipulative masculine that get the short end of the stick. It's the feminines that understand that just by them being in their feminine presence, just by them having the self-esteem and the self-love to really emanate that natural feminine energy that you'll have when you love yourself, it's intoxicating. It runs the world. They can't live without it. stand in your power and value.